I've got spare parts from my last broken heart. Somehow more than what I had to start. Yeah, I've got spare parts. I tried to fix it best I remembered it. I hope it runs when I fire it up, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be a perfect fit, 'cause I got spare parts. Took a piece of you, like lovers often do. I'll try to make it good as new, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare parts. What's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare parts.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, B, it's been a while, huh?
It has been, and we've been doing a lot of things. I've been really tooling around, getting some things ready for upcoming events and so
Oh,
forth.
yeah, man. I can't,
Gotta take the cake, my friend.
right? I can't wait. Everybody's probably out there right now. Oh, what's up with FFN Network? On all week, all of this stuff like that. And man, dude, we got some crazy shit coming up. We are in so much. I'm in so much. Building the studio, just getting everything all ready. As you can see, my little makeshift studio that I had. We don't. I'm sorry, I'm not there anymore. I'm in my living room, or one of them.
You
can see
haven't been
the other
all
one.
there for a long time, my friend.
No, I agree with that, brother. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, so had to take all pretty much all my equipment. You know what I mean? I'm only sitting on like maybe 15% of it right now, but that's fine. Because we could do what we do. We had quite a few shows canceled. On the FFN network, and but we got some stuff coming up for them, B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't we?
And
Don't we, brother?
I want to reach out at this point, and I want to reach out to the people that were again out there that were chomping at the bit to see Chuck Morris on my program, Politics
Oh
Ministry.
boy,
And
you're
he pulled
jumping right into
no
that,
show.
huh?
He
You're
pulled the
jumping
no
right into
show,
that.
and his people just gave me the runaround and this and that and whatever else. You know what? And I just call him out on it. Well, I They just don't seem to get it. They just don't seem to get it. I got an email from one of his aides saying, "Well, maybe we can schedule something for after the election." What bloody good was that going to be to help people decide whether or not they wanted to vote for him?
Right. Hey, B, like what happened, right? I mean, he lost the race by 60 votes.
In one
Okay.
community, yeah, he
Yeah,
lost it.
but he in one community, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
in that community, by the way, FFN Network is not saying at all that we have a couple of 300 people from that. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, we do have people that watch FFN Network from that community that he lost 60 votes from.
And guess what? You know what? The three people that were when we had that politicking with the three people that were running in the 6-way race that was going on, the three
Yes,
ones that did my show, all of them won. I'm not crediting my program because of it. I'm just saying
it's good
congratulations to them.
coincidences, though, B. Right? It's good
Yeah,
coincidences, brother.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
And
mean?
and I do want to make one little correction. This is my fault, not yours. I believe he actually lost by about 90 votes, not 60.
Right.
That maybe, but still, in that community.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. He jerked
No,
us around. You know what I
right.
mean? He
But the thing
jerked us
about it is,
around.
it
We had
wasn't
all the
about me.
candidates. How many candidates did you have on your show that were running?
We had Captain Chris Bright.
Yep.
We
Hold on,
had
B. Hold
Emily
on, B.
Phillips.
Hold on, B. One
Yeah,
at a
yeah, yeah.
time. One at a time. Hold on. Where is he? All right, go ahead. Who? Captain who?
Captain Chris Bright.
Yep.
Okay. We had Emily Phillips.
Okay, give me a sec. Gotta. Yep.
We had Therese Bastarash.
All right, let me get her. Let me get her. I know we gotta. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think we got her. There she is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. And then we had the trio. It was
Well, we also had this gentleman on the show,
yeah, 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 yeah. Mike
uh,
Drago.
Mike
He was
Drago.
one of the trio. Mike Drago. Then there was oh, for God's sake, I can't remember the names now. I'm
Uh,
getting old.
so we have Mike Drago. Okay,
Yeah,
we have Cindy Bennett.
yeah.
Okay, we had
Thank you.
Emily Phillips.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we had
Therese
uh,
Bastarash.
Teresa. Yep, we had Chris Bright.
Yeah, and there was
Okay,
one more.
for Congress.
There's
And
one more fellow.
the other young lady, she didn't send me anything to make into a queue. The last three were
Right,
that
right,
you had.
right.
You know what I
And
mean?
yep, and that trio from Raymond, New Hampshire, the trio that came on and did the podcast, they won handily won, and and now apparently the people are that lost to them are they're giving sour grapes and whatnot, and they're trying to claim this and claim that, whatever.
Right,
They're saying no, 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 no.
right. And yeah, the opener, ladies and gentlemen, does say it's breaking a second. Wow.
Assassination second attempt.
What's up, Doc?
I mean, what's going on? My
And
tummy's
it's
getting
not
tired.
what's up, Doc. It's more like a believe, believe, believe.
Yeah,
That's all, folks.
I forgot to put that one up. Anyways, and yeah, we did. We had all of those people running for some kind of seat in New Hampshire, and politicking with Mr. B, and of course my boy B. Excellent job he did. A lot of work. It's a
Couldn't have
lot
done
of
it without
work,
you. Couldn't have
but
done it without you.
but I have to say, okay, that I agree with Mr. B 100% because it's like, why? You know what I mean? Did you tell us? You told us twice. Yes. They reassured us, right, B? Because you even
Absolutely,
got back to them
absolutely.
and said, hey, is
Right.
everything still going to happen? And they came right back and said, yep, we're ready to go. But all right, enough ripping on them and stuff like that. Look, He lost by 90 votes, man.
Yeah.
Again, and we do have an audience from those areas. Okay, so
Yeah.
who knows, right, buddy?
I know. Well, remains to be seen.
Who knows, buddy? All right, so look, let's. It's kind of you know what's happening in our country, B.
What is happening in our
B. I
country?
mean, look, listen, bro. I mean, this is the second attempt at this man's life.
And it's not over with. This is not over.
Okay. And the reason why I put up this show today, okay, for the simple fact is that I'm so tired that when I talk to Democrat, especially Democrats, okay, and people that I thought, right, were level-headed people. You know what I
Reasonable people,
mean?
individuals. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And man, it's like some of them like looking at me, oh, it's too bad they missed again. I'm like, wow. Wow. I mean, is it hatred that bad? Right? And hatred's that bad because the Democratic Party, along with every single one of the liberal medias. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you the damn truth. Look, I don't give a shit what kind of the side of the what side of the fence that you jump on, man. I don't care. All right, I don't. I don't give a shit if you like to run around with a fucking dress. I don't care about none of that. All right, it's like, look, it's just not my thing. Okay, you know, to go to a party, you know,
I have a
somebody
theory
like
here.
that is there. I don't fucking care. I'm certainly not going to be the one sitting there and go, oh my God, I'm not going to fucking stay in this, in this place because, and I do understand that there are conservatives that are like that, you know what I mean? Tripping out, they get a little bit crazy. But I'll tell you what, right now, I don't give a fuck what what I'm saying? Happened. I mean, a black man was President Barack Obama. Okay. All right. Was president of the United States.
Not that he
And,
did very good for the country,
everybody's
but
always fucking, oh, the white supremacist this and the white supremacist that. And you got the proud, you got this and you got that. Not one of them thought it was a great idea to fucking take a pop at Biden. I mean, at Barack Obama. You understand what I'm saying, B?
yeah. I have a very
In the
important theory
media,
to get out.
but because the media wasn't, like that. Yeah, with conservative news saying, fucking pretty shitty shit about Obama. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. But now it's different. It's different. It is. It's different. B, I'm gonna let you go and start up because I know you're. I could feel the wheels spinning on the floor.
We've had this lesson in history before. What we're seeing right now happening with people happened back in the 30s over in Western Europe between Germany and Christian society with the Jewish and the gypsies and the gays and whatever else that were all considered to be they treated them not just as bad, didn't say they were bad people, they labeled them as vermin and lice and weasels and rats and whatever else, and people, the longer they said it, the more it became the truth, that they
Right.
and the longer the hate grew.
Yeah.
And people have been saying since 2016
The Goebbels propaganda
that,
machine. B. Go ahead.
Trump is bad and he's going to destroy American and he's anti-American and he's anti-gay and he's anti-this and he's anti-that, and they've been saying it and dumping it on, and every stupid, crazy, absolutely inane thing that they could possibly come out. Oh, he's a criminal. He did this. Oh no, he's a rapist. Oh no, he's a a woman predator. Oh no, he's this guy's he's a money grubbing corporate
No,
whore, blah
B
blah blah.
B
All of these things.
B.
Everything that
They
gets
say
thrown and hit him with, and it's sitting and it's just going in and it's festering and going in, and people are starting to believe it. And there are these people that are of the certain mind who believe in their souls that they're bad. There are these people they have to do something great to make themselves to redeem themselves and make themselves a hero in society or whatever else, and they pick up this torch. We have not seen the last of this. Trust me. I pray to God that I'm wrong, but I know in my heart I'm
B.
exactly
Listen, it's
right.
our generation now. Don't you understand that? It's
It's
our
not our
generation now.
generation.
But
We
listen to
didn't
me.
do
Yeah, it
this.
is. It is, B.
We
It's
didn't do this.
not we doing this, B. I'm not saying we did this. I'm saying it's our generation, B, is the last one to hope to God that if you have children and stuff like that, you teach them, you know what I'm saying, that these things they're not fucking normal. And but I'm saying is these college kids today, Jesus Christ, B, we report it all the time on the show. These kids don't know what's fucking going on. But what they
Right.
do know is what's on their phone all the time, what's on their TV all the
They're
time, what's
impressionable. They
being
want to
said.
join. They want to belong to something.
Exactly.
They want to feel like they're doing good and righteous things,
Exactly.
and they're going to change the world. And
And
they're
if
full of
you
piss and
get,
vinegar and everything else. And here they are waving
and
anti-Fada flags, turning
if
around,
you,
not
and if you,
realizing what it is that they're saying.
right. And if you get, right, if you get a crazy enough person that's buying into that, they're going to try something. Because they're going to think that they're a hero in some sort of crazy way. Why
Welcome, Jack
doesn't
Simpson.
everybody see that? Why doesn't, I mean, we're part of it. I want to say a little bit. I don't think that we're that fucking nuts here with news when we talk news, but, let us know. That's what the comment section's for. I mean, my God, that's what's happening. You understand? That's what's happening.
508-974-4231. We want to hear from you people. We'd like to hear what you have to say about this.
Well, we'd like to hear from you fine folk, not you people.
Yeah, those people and the fine folk too. Whatever you want to call them. Fine folk, you people. Or if you got your pronouns, as far as I'm concerned, like I said, pronouns is me, you, and that son of a bitch over there. That's
exactly,
pronouns.
baby. That's the way I like it too. So, what are we doing here? Yeah. Okay. Trying to slow down here.
It's crazy what my kids going to grow up to. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, and I feel for you. And this is the point in time where I am thanking Almighty God that I myself was never able to have children, because I'm seeing what is happening in this country, and I wouldn't want my children growing up like this, being led around by the nose by some idiots trying to convince them that the very country that allows them to feel the way that they want to feel and to believe as they believe, as their own conscience will allow them to believe, is the most horrific thing in the world.
Right. And you don't, and it's not like you could say, oh, I can't wait to see if, like some people would report, hey, look, if you don't like it, they don't allow gays, they don't allow cross dressers, they don't allow none of that in any of that society in the East. Okay, you know what I mean? They don't listen, ladies and kids. I'm telling you, man, they'll hang you by your feet without batting an eye.
You up to
Okay,
your
yes, right.
And throw a stone at your skull until your skull is split open and your brains lay out in the sand.
Right. Okay, teach.
And I'm not exaggerating.
Right. We're not exaggerating, B. You're absolutely right. I mean, I wasn't trying to get that graphic, B.
Well, it's about time that we
I
did.
think they got to the point. I know
no.
that. Right, B. Right. But you want to sit here with me like we can parent 50 million kids. B, we can't do that. So we just sum it up to the people that appreciate the show and understand, kind of maybe hopefully agree a little bit with us. But that's just it, right? And by the time, okay, by the time everybody realizes, and these kids and these college kids, and all of a sudden they see some of this shit starting to get taken away from them, because all the way up to president, okay, all right, you could be a politician in this country if you wasn't born here, okay, and that's a lot of fucking influence. Okay, that's a lot of influence in the United States government. Wouldn't you agree, B?
Oh, absolutely. Just look at
Okay,
the example of Ilhan Omar and Toledo Rashid, or whatever the hell her name is.
right, right, right. I mean, they're not. I don't think that they're good people for the country. You know what I'm saying, B?
They
I
they
don't.
they
Yeah.
they they obviously serve an interest over and above our countries and before our countries, which is a violation of their very oath.
Right. Right. It's what is it? Don't put no foreign government before our
Yeah,
government or something
you
like
are here to do the right things in and for the American government and the American people. You are not supposed to be representing people in a country someplace else and their interests. No,
that. Right.
you are supposed to represent the interests and the way of life of this country, not someone
Right.
else's.
Right. Right, B. Right. That's just good. You're right too. Well, yeah, we all know they're crooks, Jack. We definitely know they're crooks. But this whole thing is, I don't know, man. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you know, I've never seen anything like this. And look, I'm at the age where I grew, um, I was at an age where I understood everything from fucking Atari. You know what I'm saying? All that shit like that. The first computer that ever came out, it's like, bam, I was there for all of it, understood all of it, and I'm watching how this is all going. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of scary shit that's changing. Okay? A lot of scary shit that's changing. And it's propaganda, ladies and gentlemen. Just watch the history stories, the History Channel. That's all they do is talk about Hitler. Is it history or the discovery? It's one of those two. Anyways, there's not a time you don't put that on and they all talk about the Nazi regime. Watch them. Watch some of the documentaries. This is B. B's got a little bit more on this than I do.
No.
I mean, go ahead, Gerbil.
I'm just thinking in my mind back in, I believe it was 38, over in England, the prime minister went over to Germany and signed paperwork, a non-aggression agreement with Adolf Hitler, and came back waving it, saying, "See, we're not going to go into war. He's not going to do anything to us, and blah blah blah, and everything's going to be fine and wonderful, and happiness and smiles and bunny farts and everything else." And of course, all he did was just bide his time until he decided to go. He had enough armament to go ahead and launch his attacks and his wars.
Yeah, he was building his war machine. He was building it. I'm telling you, and it's just, and we love each and every one of you that watch the shows. Trust me, we do. But we don't. I know we don't have the audience that, you know what I'm saying. B. I wish we had the audience. You
Well,
know, these kids were like actually listening to this, because this is not, guys. What Mr. B and I are talking about right now is not something that you could fact check. You know what I mean? This is just facts.
yeah.
It's like things have changed. And look, if you watch it and you're like, holy shit, because it is a holy shit.
And we have
No?
another comment here from Jack Stimson. People don't care. The world could be on fire. The hatred is real for Trump, and that's exactly the truth.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
exactly the truth. And why is that hatred there? Because since 2016 at least, they have been saying Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump does this, Trump does that. And it's just every crazy, stupid, inane thing you could possibly think of. You could come out and say Donald Trump weaves the cloth for dish towels backwards, and people will believe it because it's another thing. It just goes along, and people are going along with the flow of it, and this is exactly the same thing that we saw back in the 30s over in Europe. What heated up all of the hatred against the Jews, against the gypsies, against the gays and lesbians, and even Catholics, believe it or not, even Catholics, Poles. We are seeing something that is not unprecedented. There is a precedent has been set, and it is repeating itself because the world is turning yet again a blind eye to it. They refuse to see the reflection of the devil in the mirror. It is unconscionable that this could be happening, but it is happening, and it must be fought against. I have said this before, and I will say it again. People say, oh, you can't do this because it's taking the law into your own hands. You can't do that, it's taking the law. No, damn it. If you look at the Constitution of the United States of America, the Constitution, which is the law of the land, the first three words in the Constitution is we the people. We the people is this thing of laws. The laws are in the people's hands. And the people that are in Washington are not the lawmakers. Their positions have been perverted for far too long. They are not the lawmakers. They are the people who are supposed to represent what the population wants, not their own interests. They have for far too long perverted the idea of what the representation is for this republic. And it is time that the people in America realize the law is in their hands because the founding fathers put it there.
I agree with you, buddy. I agree with you, man. That was great, brother. That was great. My boy B. That was great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, stick around for more of special attempt number 2 on former President Donald Trump's life. Attempt number 2. And when we come back, we're going to get into it extensively. Stick around for more of special on the FFN network.
And thank you, Chuck. I love you.
Yeah, man. Keep them around. We'll be back in about 3 to 4 minutes.
3 minutes.
My name is Steven, your Public Relations Officer at FFN Media Network. We believe that every story deserves to be heard. Every voice deserves to be amplified, and every idea deserves to shine. As a small media company, we are committed to creating a platform where content creators, visionaries, and changemakers like you can thrive. You might say to yourself, why do we need FFN Network? Well, let me tell you what we can do for you. 1. Our mission is simple: empower, elevate, and engage. We are not just another media outlet. 2. Our producers will help you build your show, add content, and put you on 15 different platforms. 3. We help you promote your show. Whether it is through captivating articles, thought-provoking videos, or inspiring podcasts, we are here to help you make a difference. What sets us apart? At FFN Media Network, we embrace hard work. Our team of talented producers and creators come from all social classes, ensuring that our content reflects a rich tapestry of experiences, cultures, and viewpoints. Join the FFN team. Join FFN Media Network and Be part of a community that celebrates creativity, authenticity, and positive impact. Let us amplify your voice and share your story on FFN Network and with the world. Get to know our founder, Blaise St. Pierre, the new guy in the media industry. So if you have a great idea for a show or a business and want to place an ad on FFN Network, give us a call at 774-704-5145 or email us at ffnnetwork9@gmail.com and join the FFN Network family. Thank you. FFN Network.
Well, I've got spare parts from my last broken heart. Somehow more than what I had to start. Yeah, I've got spare parts. I tried to fix it best I remembered it. I hope it runs when I fire it up, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be a perfect fit, 'cause I got spare parts. Took a piece of you, like lovers often do. I'll try to make it good as new, 'cause I got spare parts. So if you see something that you might need, anything you can use, what's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare parts. What's left of it might be the perfect fit, 'cause I've got spare parts.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking around for a special edition of FFN Network News. I am one of your hosts, Blaise Man, along with my boy over to my right from Politicking with Mr. B is Mr. B.
Indeed, my friend.
So look, we're just gonna bounce. We're gonna jump right on this. And B, so do you got what do you got coming up Wednesday? Anything in mind? Anything you might
For
want
Wednesday night? Wednesday night, we're going to be taking a break because Wednesday is our anniversary, our 14-year anniversary. Ladies and gentlemen,
that's right. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you very, very much.
Congratulations.
I mean, it is time for the two of us to have that special time together.
Right. Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you.
And getting back to Jack before we went to break. Jack's like, all I know is my family was much better off under Trump. Just my opinion. Everything is fucking outrageous out here. And he also said happy anniversary to you.
Thank
B.
you, Jack.
And I agree with Jack. I mean, this is the problem, man, and I say it all the time. Why don't we don't act stupid? You know, I think that's another thing that drew me to the conservative party. Everybody is pretty much level-headed. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get it. Why some people just don't see shit. You know? And it's scary, man. It really is. You know, and I talked to my oldest son, you know, and I'm like, yeah, you know, kidding around with him, you know, hey, dad's getting a little old, buddy. I like to see, you know, a little one running around there at grandpa's house, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, Dad, he goes, I can't afford a baby right now. You know what I mean? And I understand. I understand, you know, and he's not being blinded by it. He's not being like, you know, he's being smart about it. If you, in my opinion, you know,
Absolutely.
he's being smart about it. So, you know, of course, his mother, Miss Tammy, is like, well, you know, I want babies, you know, shit like that. But you know,
Well, it is irresponsible to bring a life into this thing which you cannot properly care for.
right? Exactly. And what are they saying now? It's like from birth until 18, it's like $300,000 to raise a child.
If you're lucky.
Well, I mean, what are we doing? We buying them Jordans every other month for I mean, come on, $300,000.
Well, think
I
of
mean, if
the
they're
maintenance
adding,
thing.
if they're
Braces
adding
alone.
college, okay, you know what I
No,
mean?
they're
I
not
get
adding
it.
college.
No,
They're
come
adding
on.
food, housing, health
Yeah.
care,
Yeah.
clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's all these other little surrogate things that you and I didn't have when growing up. We didn't have these little funny things, did we, when we were growing? No. And how much are those services costing every month? How
I don't
much
know,
are those
man. I'll tell
costing
you
every
something right
year?
now. My kid would be like on a cricket plan. You know what I mean? No, my kid probably wouldn't have no fucking iPhone or no Samsung phone. No.
And when we grow up, we had games where you take and roll dice, and we weren't gambling. No, we were playing Monopoly or Parcheesi or the Game of Life or whatever it is. No, now they have these computer gaming consoles. The things themselves cost $800, and then the games that go into them cost another 50, 80, 90, 100, or $200 each to go into the damn things.
Right. I agree. Jack says, shit, we went from eating steak to eating hot dog. Yes.
You were lucky to have the hot dogs.
Yes.
In my house at one time, and for quite a while, we would have what was called, my father would make a pasta fazool. They would just boiled pasta like elbow macaroni or something. They would open up a can of B&M baked beans or Campbell's beans or whatever else, throw it in with it, and then cut up pieces of hot dog, if we were lucky, to put in with it. And that's what we had for dinners.
I get it. You know, but like I said, you can just tell by going to the grocery store whether you have children or not. Granted, if you have children, yeah, life's fucking more, you know, tougher. I get it. You know, I have two boys, one and they're both thriving and they're both doing excellent. So I'm glad about all of that. But you can see this in the grocery store. So I can't understand again why Democrats are not like saying that to themselves when they see Vice President Kamala, you know, talking about and how oh, she's going to fix all of that. You've been in office for 3.5 years, you know, and someone would come back and say, but yeah, but she's not the president. Yeah, but she's got the president's ear. Okay. And that would also show what kind of relationship that they, that they had together in the White House. Because if you listen to, as you Democrats would say, crazy Trump, he says that Biden can't stand her. You don't like him. So
why did Germans keep fighting after 5+ years of war, almost 6 years of war, when the downfall was coming, and they saw the ruination of their own homeland, and they just kept fighting on? Why? Because here's little Mr. Adolf out there saying, "Oh, it's only going to be better. We've got the people on the run. So what that they're encircling around Berlin? No problem. We've got an imaginary army that's going to knock it all down, and it'll all be wonderful." And whatever else. And they just kept believing it. And what's going on? We've got people who can't go to a bank and get a loan because interest rates are up to 9% or 8% or whatever the percentage rates are. Their credit cards, some people are saying they've gotten 30+% credit card interest on their credit cards. They're getting squashed. Eggs are the price of eggs is up through the roof. The price of milk is through the roof. The price of cereal, the price of meats, the price of everything, gasoline, all up through the roof. And people are continuing to want to vote for these people. Why? Because Kamala et al. Keeps saying, "Oh, it's going to get better. I'm going to make it better." Even though I've been here for 3.5 years, when I get into office, I'm going to take care of all of it. It's getting better now.
Yeah,
let me show you. Oh, it's getting better.
Listen, here's my campaign. Look, if you want all of this taken care of, make me president. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what she's saying, right? Like, kind of, she has her party as a hostage, right?
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh, B, flip your screen.
Flip my screen?
Yeah, you remember how to do it.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, flip your screen, man. Mirror.
Yeah, I have no idea where to go with it, and I'm not going to play around with it now.
Okay, then hide your clock because it's saying it's the wrong time.
Yeah, it's in the other direction. I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay, all right, man. No big deal. I thought that I taught you well enough for you to just jump right in there and get it done.
All I know is that over there is where Mom is. Over there is where the clock is. I'm happy. Right.
There you go. As long as it makes sense to you, right, pal?
It makes sense to me right now, for the moment at least, anyway.
Exactly. I know. I used a bad allergy to break up the monotony so we can move on.
Yeah. Well, we got some video somewhere parked around here that the people should be seeing about this. Why don't we get into this so we can actually show people something about what we actually advertise we're going to talk about?
And what we're talking about, yeah. Well, we've been talking about it. Let's see.
I know I sent you a video of how.
I got it. Yep. We're getting it. It's all set here. I wanted to talk about it a little bit. This guy, right? Let's see here. Let's see. Again, it's like this is attempt number 2. Number 1, there shouldn't have been attempt number 1 at all. There shouldn't be attempt number 2. You know what I'm saying? But it's happening. And the first time, thank the Lord upstairs, okay? If that dude would have, his head would have been blown off on live television.
Yeah.
Absolutely. His head would have been blown off on live television. Yeah. You would be able to find it anywhere. It would be all over the net. And
Absolutely.
then the government could be like, all right, we can do it to another politician whenever we're ready.
Yeah.
In the 60s, and is that important over there, B? Should I let you finish?
Yes, absolutely.
So
go on. I'm here.
In the 60s, when they assassinated Kennedy, you didn't have all of this stuff.
No, thank God they didn't. But they still do have it on film, and they did keep replaying it and replaying it and replaying and replaying it. You could see when the bullets go ahead and strike Kennedy in the head and splatters his brains half all over Jackie's dress.
Yeah. So This guy, he hid in the brushes for like 12 hours. He cased it out, just waiting for Trump. And the thing here is that the Secret Service guys, they're walking around the perimeter, and from the media I've been listening to and some of the stuff I've been reading, and this guy was already heading down towards like hole 6 when Trump was just finishing up hole 5.
Right.
And he's ahead of the gang, and he reported that he seen the muzzle of the rifle sticking out through the bushes, and that's when he reacted and shot about maybe from we'll say 3 to 6 rounds. Bad shot. So he didn't hit him, and then that's when
he didn't hit anybody else either.
Well, hey, and that's when the dude fled. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because in the video we might be able to see it. The Dems and their hate speech is, again, we talked about it earlier. Goebbels and Rommel and all of them in the Nazi regime. Just if you tell a lie about somebody so much and you have the means for millions and millions of people to see that, out of those millions and millions of people, there's going to be a lot of them that are going to believe in that shit. So, all they do is just they spew shit about Trump. He's a Nazi. He's a racist. You know what I mean? He hates women.
Right.
And it's like constant. Oh, he wants to take your rights away. He wants to, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the media, they've been blaming Trump for this person to take a pop shot at him.
Yeah.
They're literally sitting there. Well, Trump wouldn't talk about like this about Ohio and all stuff like that.
They're blaming the victim.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Well, you're right. Why don't you go ahead and accuse a rape victim for their own rape?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Oh, you did it to yourself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at moments the suspect was arrested in the Trump assassination attempt number 2.
Keep walking! Keep that long.
They're still sitting there right now. They're still sitting there. The sheriff came on TV and was like, look, these roads are going to be closed for some time, use alternate route, shit like that.
How does a guy from not here get all the way to Trump International, realize that the former president of the United States is golfing and is able to get a rifle in that vicinity? Exactly. I think that's the question the FBI, the Secret Service are laser focused on today. Is this guy part of a conspiracy? Is he
right? B, right? We're gonna, but I had to stop it quick because we're gonna hit this big time as soon as it's done. There's not much time left.
Go right ahead.
Lone gunman. If he's a lone gunman, President Trump is that much safer because we have him. But if he's part of a conspiracy, then this whole thing really takes on a very ominous tone.
All right. Okay. Conspiracy. Okay. Listen, this guy was there for 12 hours. B. Oh, excuse me. Hold on a second.
A few weeks ago,
okay. Got it. Mm-hmm.
We saw, which was something that was inarguably the most pitiful excuse for miserably failed protective services. Okay, we can see if things are broken down and people are lax and whatever else and whatnot, and all these crazy things where you could try to understand this. You could try to pass it off and saying, well, you know what, they just had some people that are they're a victim of their own idiocy, being because those liberals that are running the left wing is running the protective services and this and that and whatever else. You can go on and say this, okay? You might be able to do that and pass it off, and some people might believe it. I personally don't. Then this happens. A person from hundreds of miles away who has no business having an AK-47 gun or any kind of gun because of his history, who has traveled back and forth internationally to questionable locations on several occasions, is somehow camped out for at least 12 hours, probably longer, in bushes just on the other side of a chain link fence at Mar-a-Lago, and happens to know that President Trump is going to be out there swinging his golf clubs coming out of thing, and he's all lined up with an AK-47 with filed off identification numbers. And this is a coincidence? My ass. There is no such thing as coincidence. So many people believe, and I'm going to say, in this instant case, they're absolutely correct. They couldn't possibly, in their wildest imagination, they couldn't possibly be this incredibly, magnificently stupid.
Listen,
To try and get us to believe that this was just another happening occurrence. No. There are far more greater forces behind all of this here. There are
yeah,
far more
listen, there is,
forces
right?
behind it.
And you know what's been coming up more? If anybody paid attention to some news today, is they got these like Pakistani Iranian dude in court right now because they did bust him for like plots to try to shoot
Yeah.
public figures. All right.
Yep.
All right. So how long is that going to be?
And there's plenty
implicated
more
in
of the
that?
gotaways that they don't know where the hell they
No,
are.
no. B, you're missing what I'm trying to say. I mean, how long?
No, I'm not, because these gotaways that I'm talking about are part of it. That are all. I'm not talking about people that are here that are dreamers world. No, I'm talking about ones that came through the open border with the intent of launching terror attacks and other types of attacks on U.S. soil, including assassination attempts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it could be to the point, but what I'm saying is you're missing what I'm trying to say is that the media is going to twist it. So it happens to be some Pakistani or stuff. They got to be careful with it because they can't say it's from a Honduras gang or you know what I mean, or this other gang, El Salvador gang. You know what I mean, because
The
that will
media
just
is
put them in a
treating it
bad light
and saying that,
about.
oh no, it's all a big lie. There are no terrorists here. No terrorists came through the thing. No, there's no terrorists on American soil. This is all some lunatic fringe conspiracy theory shit and everything else. They are absolutely denying the fact that
So
they
you
are.
think that they had no choice but not to kill this suspect because it would look more fishy? Because killing the first one, you know, they kind of did that good. You know, they had no choice. But like I said on previous shows, that they um they coerced this kid. I fully believe somebody got to this kid and made it seem like if he took him out, he'd be a fucking martyr, hero, whatever. And this other dude, the dude's got an arm length of a police record. Okay, now let's see how this folds out. How long he lasts in jail. before somebody acts, or he hangs himself or does whatever. Who knows what this guy's going to say? And then you'll know right away, right? If it's a plot or if he's just a lone gunman, just like that sheriff said.
No, not with these bank accounts and links to all kinds of other crazy things. I mean, how does an out of work roofer from freaking I don't know, podunk freaking North Carolina or wherever the hell it is afford hopping on planes and flying back and forth to Europe how many times? Explain that one.
Well, that's what I'm trying to be. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna try to flip it with the Pakistani, Iranian thing. They're gonna make it to the point where it's got something to do with the overseas east. So if they feel any instant that Trump's going to become president, maybe they'll start a fucking war somewhere.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk for a little bit because the media loves to go ahead and spread the things about AR this and AR that, whatever else. This guy wasn't using any type of an AR clone type gun. No, he was using something that has been mass produced, originally designed by Alexei Kalashnikov back in 47 over in
AK-47.
Russia.
Mm-hmm.
The AK-47 is a single round or semi-automatic or fully automatic mobile round firing rifle that can have magazines that can contain 10, 20 rounds. They can have magazines that can hold 100 rounds. Drum magazines and curved banana type magazines, or even straight stick magazines, I believe. Some of them have them. And this is something, if you think that the quote unquote AR rifle has been proliferated, excuse me.
You okay there, buddy? Take a breath,
I
man.
got to push these dentures back in.
Cheapest.
Proliferation has gone on with this. The AK-47 has been cloned by the Russians, their own cloning things, the Chinese, the Vietnamese, and halfway over the East.
Okay.
There are so many of these guns all over. You'll never be able to, if they had Kamala Scalici's her mandatory buyback program, you would never be able to get these things off the streets. But anyway, I believe. Do you have it in the queue?
There's a point somewhere here. Go ahead.
If you have it in the queue, that shows the operational function of what this gun looks like and what it does. I believe we've got a video. If you have that,
you sent me that, did you?
I believe it was the last video that I sent over.
Okay. I gotta get you.
I want the public to see, because if they think that the AR is a dangerous weapon, wait till you see what this thing does, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
it fires a 7.62 by 3.9
NATO
pound of ammunition.
NATO arms.
No, that's not a NATO arm.
7.62. That's
7.62 by 39.
No.
It's a different round of ammunition.
Here you go. I mean, it's just. I mean, I don't feel like we have to go here.
The point being, people will see how fast this gun can operate versus what the protection is carrying, and this would demonstrate to them what they're up against. And by the way, also what our own military is up against, because the people in the Middle East are using these guns. These Iran, Iraq,
They all have them.
and the Houthis and the Houthis and the whatever you want to call these, and all of they all have these guns.
It's a Russian used weapon. I mean, I've also watched. I mean, look, I could put video up. I could put video up where a guy, one of the soldiers, they show one of the soldiers. He falls, he bends down, and his barrel's got a little bit of a bow in it, enough that not even anybody normally would shoot. And his gun still fucking worked perfect for him. Yeah, he had a bent barrel, but he still had a weapon. You know what I mean? So the AK, I mean, it's a very, very, very strong weapon. And everybody, except for, the United States, we have our own weaponry, and maybe the British and a couple other countries. But otherwise than that, everybody owns them.
And
Okay?
the projectile that it has, it's ordinary projectile that it has, it's fired out
So the point,
from the muzzle velocity to the size, the speed, or whatever else. If it strikes a human body, it is devastating.
exactly, you're going down. And the point here is that, like B was saying a few minutes ago, it's like that's what they were up against. The Secret Service guy that fired in on this dude, I'm sure he just seen the barrel. I don't think he knew what kind of gun it was, and the dude panicked. So that says to me that he didn't want to get killed, because if he was there to get his mission done and suicide or whatever, he's coming out of that brush and he's opening that thing up full automatic. You know what I mean? So
I am unclear on this particular issue. Did this Kookaboo actually get rounds of ammunition fired off from his gun or not?
I didn't read anything about that.
I haven't heard one way or the other. I have not heard.
Yeah, let's check this dude out. Ryan Roth is his name. And let's check out what's going on here. Trump assassination attempt. Who is alleged suspect Ryan Roth? Let's check him out.
It has happened again. The U.S. Secret Service says there has been another attempt to assassinate former President Donald Trump. The would-be assailant is in custody this morning. Let's bring in Fox's Doug Luzader joining us live in Washington, D.C. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
So there are renewed questions now about protection protocols, because we know that there are kind of commercial streets right on either side of this golf course. Perhaps that's how he got in. We just don't know. But the question everybody's asking this morning is, how was he able to get in?
Yeah, I guess, the good news is that there was a Secret Service agent that according to reports, spotted this weapon and he took action before anything happened. It does raise questions about why more perhaps wasn't done at the perimeter of this golf course to ensure that no one was there. The kind of bubble that surrounds a former president is not the same as that surrounds a current president. Now, the thinking on that may change. It's difficult to say, but at some point you can't close every single road around a former president. So this is where there's a real balancing act that the Secret Service has to pull off here. Did they do enough? That's going to be one of the questions, no doubt, moving forward, as Congress, for one, is already investigating that first assassination attempt in Pennsylvania, just over 2 months ago.
And you have to think, you've got to wonder what this guy was thinking. He said, somebody tried it before, now I'm going to try it again. We know that there are copycats out there, right? But the bigger question is what does this mean for former President Donald Trump moving forward as he continues to campaign as we head into November?
Well, there's no indication this is going to change the campaign schedule. We don't know anything as far as that's concerned. But it certainly does raise some questions about the level of security. We know that security has been enhanced around the president's public events in terms of securing these big rallies that he has, that kind of thing. That's what happened during that first assassination attempt in Pennsylvania. It was at a big rally. This was different. I mean, this was a closed event. This wasn't something that was on the president's public schedule. It's probably not a leap for someone to assume that the president may be playing golf on his day off, but nevertheless, this isn't the same kind of event that we saw during the first assassination attempt.
And very quickly, Doug, before we let you go, what do we know about the suspect?
Yeah, 58-year-old Ryan Routh from most recently from Hawaii. He had also spent some time in North Carolina. His social media would indicate that he was a Harris-Biden supporter, although there had been some previous statements that may have been positive toward President Trump. He had according to the Associated Press, I believe, had donated to some Democratic causes. So we're still in the process of learning more about him. Unlike that first assassination attempt, in this case, we have a live suspect that can be questioned.
Very good point. All right, Fox's Doug Luzada reporting live from Washington. Always appreciate you, Doug. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. So that's what they know about this guy now. You know what I mean? So for me, it's gotta all stop. B. You know what I'm saying? It's
And
gotta
I'm telling
all
you, it's not going to.
be right.
It is not going to.
I mean, it's crazy to think that they need to take this guy out. What are they afraid of? I'll tell you what they're afraid of is he's not a politician, you know, and he would have fired somebody.
What they are afraid of is if Trump gets back into office, it's going to put the brakes on all of the advances they've made to turning this into from a republic into another communist state. Marxist.
No argument from me, man.
This is exactly what they're afraid of. They don't want anything to interrupt the freight train that has become what was the Democrat Party.
Right.
It is now Marxism. It is radical, and I mean radical Marxist that is going on here. That's why I say this isn't over yet. They're going to continue with these remarks, and Kamala, who came out and said again for the second time now, oh, there's no place for violence in elections and this and that and whatever else, and then
I
she's going to
believe
come back
Biden
out.
said that.
She
But go ahead.
also came out and
Oh, she
has
did as well, yeah.
echoed it, and
Well,
guaranteed
she's good at
within the next 2 days she's going to come out and she's going to turn around and she's going to say that Donald Trump needs to be stopped. Donald Trump is this. Donald Trump is that. Donald Trump is a danger to democracy and every other damn thing of this filthy shit that she keeps uttering. That stirs up
agree,
the
brother.
pot. And
I
that is
agree.
what's going to have more of these people that are sitting and waiting in the wings, sitting there rocking themselves to sleep at night because they're 42 years old, living in mommy's house in the basement or whatever else, trying to figure out some way that they need to redeem themselves before society.
I agree, my brother. I agree. So before we take off tonight, and we will be covering more of this, okay? We're back up and we're running and all of that stuff like that. But before we go, I gotta play this. And and when when Trump was president and his lovely, beautiful wife, okay, they took shots at her that were unfucking believable. Not only is this woman, does she present her fucking self like a first lady? You know what I mean? She's a beautiful, intelligent woman. She speaks 8 to 9 languages. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a perfect first lady. You got me? So
Yeah.
let's check this out.
She truly
She
is
come
a
out
woman, a woman for the world, a woman of all
classy.
seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is Marlena talking for the very first time about what she had to deal with in the raid in Mar-a-Lago.
I never imagined my privacy would be invaded by the government here in America. The FBI raided my home in Florida and searched through my personal belongings. This is not just my story. It serves as a warning to all Americans, a reminder that our freedom and rights must be respected.
So that's gonna be excuse me. That's gonna be like a little docu thing she's got coming out, and we'll make sure we'll get some bits and pieces
Oh,
of it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I just, at the time when she was a first lady, and just some of the shit they were saying about, it's like, man, you wish that you could be as half as intelligent as the woman that's in those high heels. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, you know. And did you see the big fuss when Biden and his wife became president and the liberal media? Oh, look how elegant she looks.
Yeah,
And
right.
this and that. And
Dr. Jill.
yeah, Dr. Jill. Anyways,
As
ladies
well,
and
Dr.
gentlemen,
Schultz.
yeah, thanks again for watching a special edition of FFN Network with yours truly, me, Blaze Man, and my boy, Mr. B. Again, don't forget to check out. Are we doing politicking with Mr. B Wednesday, right?
We are not. We will off.
Oh yeah,
this
that's right.
Wednesday,
That's right.
18th.
Yeah, it's
That's
not.
right.
This is a special that we threw together because I still got a few things going on. My mom is going to be moving in with us too, so I got a lot of things to prepare for her, and yeah. But listen, folks, we appreciate all of you. Great audience tonight. Thank you all so much. And that only tells me that people like the shows and the things that we're doing here on FFN Network. So I like to thank all of you again. So we'll catch up with you. Just keep going to FFN Radio Network on Facebook and see whatever's updating and what Mr. B might be cooking one day and all of these things to that nature. So for me, it's good night. Peace and love to each and every one of you out there. Be kind, and if you can help, try to do your best. B.
And if you're good, if you're really good, ladies and gentlemen, you might catch me out in the field somewhere reporting in with something special here and there.
Absolutely.
I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
You have just watched an FFN Network production.